All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome. We're just going to give folks one more minute to hop on and then we'll get started. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. If you happen to be in a space where you can turn your camera on, we welcome that. Not required though, so if it's best that you keep your cameras off for now, that's okay as well. All right, well, we'll go ahead and get started. Thanks again for hopping on. Welcome. We have a lot of information to share with you this evening, so feel free to jump in if you have any questions as we kind of walk through the information. I have a couple people that are joining me this evening, so I will ask that they introduce themselves and then I will also introduce myself and then we'll get started. So Ken, I see you first on my screen here.
Thanks, Dr. Watts. My name is Ken Cornwell, and I'm the recruitment specialist for the Center for Learning, Advising, and Student Success, a class as we call it. And you'll learn more about that during this presentation and kind of our role in helping students who aren't quite sure on what they want to do. Thanks.
Great, awesome. And Kevin, Dr. Gooding, see you next.
All right, hi everybody. Glad you could join us this evening. As Ashley said, I'm Dr. Kevin Gooding. I direct the Honors College Living Learning Community, which are our first years who are living in Honors and Lincoln Hall. So if you know how to do the little raise your hand reaction thing, why don't you do that for me? Let me know where my Lincoln and Honors Hall folks are.
All right, we got a couple of thumbs up.
Very good. Well, you're gonna get a lot of emails from me. And I encourage you to read those. Don't worry about your professor's emails, but read my emails. All right. And I am totally joking about the not reading your professor's emails, because the other thing I do also is I teach honors courses that help you fulfill your 13 credit hour requirements for the Foundations program.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Gooding. And I'm Dr. Ashley Watts. I'm the program coordinator here in the Honors College for our mentor and tutor programs. And I also serve as the academic advisor for honors students who are exploratory. And Dr. Gooding is also going to be helping me out this summer, meeting with our honors exploratory students to help you all choose your classes for the fall semester. So that's what this meeting is all about, right? Before we dive into the content, I want to turn things over to you guys. So we're so happy that you're here. And if you wouldn't mind, please tell us about yourself. So let us know your name, where you're from, and a quick fun fact about you. Isabella, I'm going to call you out. I see you first on my screen. So tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I'm Isabella Tizio. I'm from Shepherdstown, West Virginia. It's in the Eastern Panhandle. And I work at a bubble tea cafe.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Rachel, how about you?
Hi, my name's Rachel Hicks. I'm Garrett Hicks's mother, and so I'm listening in to get just information about the honors program and about helping pick classes and just, you know,
Perfect.
just like for, information gathering.
All right, perfect. Thanks for joining us. And Liam, how about you? Liam, I see you're unmuted, but I'm not able to hear you if you're speaking.
Yeah, that would make sense. Okay, hear me now.
Yes.
I'm Liam Risk. I'm from Charleston. Shout out Capitol High School. I said I'd turn my camera on, but I'm in my dining room. There's a bunch of people moving around that I don't think want to be in the shot. And fun fact, I was named one of the Buckley Scholars for this year.
Awesome. Great. Thanks for joining us. And Josie, how about you?
My name is Josie Salvatore. I'm from Fayetteville, West Virginia. And a fun fact about me is I like to go on hikes. Yep, that's about it.
All right, great. Thanks for joining us. And Garrett, tell us about yourself.
My name's Garrett. I'm from Pittsburgh and I like to go fishing.
Awesome. Okay, let's see here. Corey, and please let me know if I mispronounce your name.
My name's Corey Nofsinger. I'm from Frederick, Maryland. And a fun fact about me is that I have two sisters, and one's 12 years older than me and the other one is 16 years older than me. So I'm the last one.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. All right. And then we have Francesca.
Francesca's experiencing some audio difficulties right now.
Okay. All right. We'll move
In the
on.
chat, so if she wants to, she can drop her information in the chat.
Absolutely. And then I see Jana.
My name is Jana Vargo, and I'm from Oak Hill, West Virginia. And a fun fact about me is that I play basketball.
Awesome. Thanks, Jana. I said Jana, but your name is Jana. All right. Thank you so much. Did I miss anybody? All right. Well, we will get started then. Thank you guys so much for sharing.
We do have Francesca's info in the chat there.
Okay.
BA, and fun fact, yeah, 21-year-old cat. My goodness.
Amazing.
Ours is 18, and I think she runs on spite. That's what's keeping her alive.
Love it. All right. Thanks, everybody. So we'll dive into the content now. A quick overview of what you should expect and be able to walk away with some new information about is first an introduction to class and the Honors College. So as Honors Exploratory students, you really are positioned within the university in a very unique way. You are first part of CLASS, which is the Center for Learning, Advising, and Student Success. And that is primarily the home office of Ken, of Mr. Cornwell, who's joining us this evening. But you're also part of the Honors College, right? So as an exploratory student, your home base until you're ready to declare a major is through CLASS. And you are also an honors college student as well, and you'll remain an honors college student even after you're ready to declare your major. So Ken and I are going to provide some insight as to how those two offices or departments intersect with one another. We will review some academic expectations. We will talk heavily about advising and scheduling because NSO is starting very soon, and Dr. Gooding and I will help you all finalize your course schedules for this upcoming fall semester. We'll talk about plans of study and completion. So if you're thinking about a couple different majors, you're trying to narrow down your options, we will show you different resources where you can get a jump start now and start looking at what those suggested plan of study may look like. And then also we'll offer up some advising tools too that should hopefully help you. And with that, I'll turn things over to Mr. Cornwell.
Thanks, Dr. Watts. So again, as Dr. Watts was explaining, our office, we call it class because it's a very long name, but we work primarily with exploratory students and students who may be working towards a pre-professional program like pharmacy or occupational therapy, something like that. We provide academic advising for a lot of our undergraduate students here at WVU. And I work closely with Dr. Watts in helping students find classes and, you know, what math classes and things like that are required. So we kind of work hand in hand there. My office helps with the curriculum design of the first year seminar. We deliver the WVUE 191 course, and every student does have to take that course. It's a requirement to graduate. It's kind of set up for undecided students to help them kind of find their major. So you'll learn a lot more about that later in the presentation, but it's set up really uniquely in how to find what majors at WVU lead to similar career outcomes. So it's nice in that way. Our office also has some student success programs. We have Rise WVU, which helps with our diverse students. We have a new program, Mountaineer Scholars, which is designed for students from West Virginia. So if you're from West Virginia and you want to get more information, please let me know. And we also have the First Gen office. So if you're the first in your family to go to college, let me know and I can get you connected with one of those success programs. Okay, maybe, well, there we go. All right. And as I had mentioned, we do support students who are undecided, not quite sure what they want to do. Really, we like for you to look in the catalog and explore a little bit, maybe try to narrow it down to 3 majors of interest. And that really helps Dr. Watts and I kind of help you schedule and conceptualize and those types of things. But if you're not sure, that's okay. We can help you with that process as well. We also support students who are looking at pre-professional programs. Again, we work a lot with occupational therapy students and pharmacy students. So those are typically students that are with us for 1.5 years up to 2 years. We support them. And then students seeking admissions into a particular college or school. So if you applied to WVU as maybe a forensics major, but you didn't quite meet the admission requirements, myself and my team will help you with those advising and support services that we provide, kind of get you to where you need to be. So your undergraduate kind of pathway breakdown, these are the 8 different pathways that are offered through class. The big ones are going to be the exploratory pathway, again, designed for students who aren't quite sure what they want to major in. Another big one is STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. Those are students who are going towards maybe a medical program or towards engineering or forensics. And then healthcare is another big one because of those pre-professional programs. Yeah.
All right, awesome. So I want to talk a little bit about the Honors College. Our mission and values are here up on the screen. And the overall mission of the Honors College is to enhance your undergraduate experience, right? So we want to be a place where you feel a sense of belonging and can build that community, enrich your education. A couple different ways I'll share with you and how we design that in the classroom and beyond. And down here at the bottom, our values are stated. Those are: we lead, we explore, we build, we work together, and lastly, we are mountaineers. And hopefully I'll be able to kind of introduce you to how we instill our mission and values into our honors program. So first, I wanted to let you all know that the Honors College is structured in a way where there's 2 different programs that you can do, right? It's a 2-year program structure. And the first is the Honors Foundations program, and that's the program that you will be entering in this coming fall. And it is designed to be for your first 2 years. So your first year and your second year. We use that language instead of saying freshman, sophomore, because a lot of times our honor students bring in some AP credit or some college credit that you're actually starting kind of at sophomore level during your first year. So just to simplify it and to be as straightforward as possible, we say honors first year students, honors second year students. So I'm going to talk more about the Honors Foundations program, more so than our second program, because that one is still 2 years away and there's a lot of time to learn about that one and see if that's something that you would want to do. So the Honors Foundations program, again, it's your first 2 years, and the program requirements is to complete a minimum of at least 5 honors courses and 13 honors credit hours. And this is over the span of your 2 years, right? So what we generally like to encourage students to do is take those 4 semesters, AKA 2 years, and try to fit in at least 1 3-credit hour honors class in all 4 semesters, right? So that would give you 4 honors classes and a total of 12 honors credits. And then that 5th honors class and that last credit hour would count by taking Honors 102, which is Introduction to Honors. You will take that class this fall. It is a requirement to complete the Honors Foundations program, much like Mr. Cornwell was talking about first year seminar. That one's a graduation requirement. Same kind of setup with Honors 102. So that is a requirement to complete the Honors Foundations program, but that will give you your 5th honors class and that 13th honors credit hour. You can take more than that if you want to, but those are the minimal requirements. So ideally, should be completed within 4 semesters, and students are expected to maintain a 3.5 GPA in your honors credit hours and then a 3.0 overall. So I want to break this down a little bit further and explain how the honors classes kind of weave into your curriculum. So first and foremost, the classes that you would take for your honors experience are embedded into your curriculum. Right now, you're exploratory students, so whenever you choose your eventual major, those honors classes will just kind of follow you into that major, right? So you are not required to go above and beyond what is expected for a bachelor's degree. And that's roughly 120 credit hours, right, to complete a bachelor's degree. So all of your honors credits are embedded into that 120 total credit hours. And there's a couple different ways that we do that. So first, when choosing honors classes to take, you can take sections of courses that would likely be required for your eventual major anyway. So maybe some of you are thinking about majoring in business, for example. And we have several honors classes that we offer up as honor sections in accounting, right? Or economics. So those are a couple classes that you could take as honor sections, and then you would need that for that major anyway, right? Our honor sections of classes are usually smaller. So it's a smaller class size, 25 students or less. The professors that kind of volunteer to teach honor sections are really, really excited to work with honor students. And you just get more contact time, right? You get more contact time with your professor. You get to know your peers a little bit better just because it's a smaller class size. So taking an honor section of a course that you would need for your eventual major is one way. Another way is to take an add-on class. And basically what that means is, let's say maybe you are considering biology as a major or psychology. We offer add-on classes for both of those classes and others too, but I'll use biology and psychology as our examples. So you would take biology 115, that's the lecture. Biology 116 is the lab. And then you would take a 1 credit hour honors add-on to your biology 115 lecture class. And this is where the honors experience begins to take shape, because you would meet with your professor and other honors students in your biology 115 lecture class for an additional hour per week. And this is where you would be able to delve more deeply into the content. So it's not necessarily about being harder just for the sake of being harder because it's an honors class. That's not really what we're about here. It's about being able to delve more deeply into the content, to have really, really meaningful conversations with your peers as well. So in that add-on experience, that's what that potentially could look like. And then because you're taking an add-on to the biology class, all of those biology credits would count for honors credit too. So that's another way to earn honors credit. Another way is by taking honors classes. Dr. Gooding, he can talk to you about some honors classes that he teaches. He teaches fall and spring. But much like biology, is titled BIOL, right? We have honors courses that are titled HONR, and they are unique. They're not offered anywhere else on campus. And again, it's smaller class sizes, and it's a way to just learn about some things that you may not have had a chance to because they're not offered in your major, right? So very unique in that way. And then lastly, you could also earn honors credit by contracting a course, and it's exactly what it sounds like. So if you wanted to take a 200 level or above, 200, 300, 400 level class, you typically do this for 100 level classes, but 200 levels pretty common. And it's a class that you would take for your eventual major, but it's not offered as an add-on, it's not offered as an honor section, but it's a class that you're really interested in, you're really passionate about the content, and you would just work with the professor of that class to kind of draw up a contract, if you will, to determine how that course could, add some rigor to it. You could do research alongside the professor. You could maybe do a community-based project. It's whatever you and your professor decide to do to kind of give it that honors essence. And then our associate dean, Dr. Clement, would look through that contract, sign off on it, and then that course could also count for honors credit as well. So those are just a couple different ways that that honors classes kind of mold into your overall curriculum. Some benefits for being part of the Honors College: access to honors courses, priority registration. So this is a big one. Students really appreciate this because when you sit down with your honors academic advisor, you actually meet with them early because you register for your classes early. So priority registration means that you're actually registering a couple days before other students that are in your cohort, right? Like your freshman class or your first year class or your sophomore class, right? So you get to register a few days before your peers. And this can really help you create an ideal schedule, right? If you're someone who wants to get all of your classes finished and then have the afternoon to study or go to the rec center, you can plan for that. So it just gives you a little bit more wiggle room in when you take the courses that you'd like to take for that semester. Access to honors housing is another one. So we have 2 designated honors residence halls on campus. The first is Honors Hall, which is located on the downtown campus, and the second is Lincoln Hall, which is on our Evansville campus. It is not required as an honors student that you live in Honors or Lincoln Hall. You can live in any residence hall on campus and still have access to our Live Learn community as well. That's through Honors and Lincoln Hall. And then lastly, once you're ready to complete the program, it's time to graduate, you would have your honors experiences denoted on your transcript. Okay, the second program, so this is designed for your second 2 years, typically junior, senior, but your third and fourth year, is the Honors Excel program. And this program, again, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it because it's 2 years away, but I just want you to be aware that it exists and you're not required to participate in it. So let's say you complete the Honors Foundations program and you want to move on to other things and you're kind of finished with your honors experience, that's perfectly okay. But if you want to be a student in the Honors Excel program, what you would do is towards the end of your second year, you would submit a proposal of a big idea that you have, right? That you would want to carry out with a faculty mentor. It could be research-based, it could be a study abroad, it could be a community engagement activity, it could be an internship that you would want to carry out, but you carry out essentially this project over the course of your third and fourth year here at WVU. And you would start off taking Honors 450, which is kind of like a seminar where you spend time with a professor kind of developing your project. You carry out the project for a year, year and a half, and then you end things and wrap things up with Honors 451, which is kind of that evaluation piece. So this is called Honors Excel. It is different from the Honors Foundations program in that it's a little bit more independent and it's a little bit more individualized as well. So kind of two different programs. But again, Excel is not required. If you're interested in it, you can talk to an academic advisor towards the end of your second year and prepare a proposal to submit for that one. So I want to pause here. What questions do you have for us so far? Go ahead and unmute yourself or drop a question in the chat.
I have a question about studying abroad. Can you do that like without having to do the Excel program?
Yes, we have an Education Abroad office here. It's not through honors, right? But it is an office through WVU, and you can certainly do a study abroad experience. It wouldn't necessarily be through honors, but yes,
Okay.
That's an option for sure.
Awesome, thank you.
Sure. Thanks, Corey, for your question. Did we have a question in the chat, Dr. Gooding?
No, we did not.
Okay.
But Corey, I dropped the URL for the Education Abroad website there in the chat.
Thank you.
And I just dropped a link into the chat as well. And this is something, you know, when you have some downtime over the summer or before you meet with either Dr. Gooding or myself for advising, I encourage you to just browse through it. It is a very, very, very important link that us as academic advisors use all the time. And it's our undergraduate catalog. And this catalog lists all of our colleges and schools here under the umbrella of WVU. It lists all of our majors, minors, and it will take you through everything that's required for a major that you may be interested in. And it'll also give you a suggested plan of study for a stereotypical 4-year plan, right? So I encourage you guys to browse. You would maybe want to ask Dr. Gooding or myself when you meet with us over Zoom to finalize your schedule for the fall. We can, you know, tell you a lot more about that major when we meet in person and talk through some different things that you may be thinking. Maybe some of you are even thinking of like a double major, right? Or what if I do this and then add a minor? Like, what would that all look like? But you can get an idea through this undergraduate catalog. If you have questions about that, please just let us know. Okay, so now we're kind of getting into the meat of advising and what to expect. So since you're part of the Honors College, all students in all majors who are in the Honors College have an assigned honors designated advisor for every major at WVU. So as an exploratory student, you also have your own honors academic advisor. That person is me and Dr. Gooding for the summer, but once the semester starts, it will be me. So some things that you can expect from me. So up until you're ready to declare, right, I will serve as your academic advisor. It is required that all students meet with their academic advisor at least once every semester. So you can at least plan for the following semester, but I encourage more interaction than that, right? We will take a class together. It's called Honors 191. It's the first year seminar. So I will see you every week for the entire fall semester. I make an appointment for everyone. They're one-on-one appointments. They're at least an hour to make sure we have enough time to talk through everything. And if you need to meet with me more often than that, just totally fine. I have office hours, or we can make appointments. Through Honors 191, again, that's that first year seminar class, it is tailored just for you, right? So you as an exploratory student, and we'll go through that class as a cohort. We'll talk about different support service centers like the Career Services Center, where we do a Focus 2 assessment. It kind of gives some insight on some majors or careers that could be a good fit for you. And they also offer academic coaches, right? Or career coaches, career counselors through that center as well. And then throughout the semester, we'll also talk about some things that maybe you're discovering as you reach out to different support services centers offered through WVU. Maybe you volunteer through iServe and lots of things that we'll introduce you to. And as you kind of try things out, we'll talk about maybe a desired major that you're thinking of or different parallel programs as well. All right, so a makeup of a degree. I mentioned earlier that for a bachelor's degree, it's typically 120 credit hours, right? That's stereotypical 4-year bachelor's degree. As academic advisors, we encourage students, if it is your goal to finish in those stereotypical 4-year, that 4-year plan, you should plan to take at least 15 credit hours every semester. So we say 15 to finish. 15 times 4 years is 120 credit hours. So at least 15. Anywhere between 14 and 16 in a given semester is a sweet spot. That's a really, really great place to be. There are 3 pillars of a bachelor's degree. And this is kind of where being able to explore your options as an undecided student starts to come into play, right? So there's 3 different pillars for a bachelor's degree. One pillar is your classes that are required for that specific major, right? The second pillar are electives. So there's a certain number of electives that all students need to take regardless of their major. So that's where if you're exploring a couple different things, you can take some classes and they would count for electives, right? The last thing is called the General Education Foundation Requirements, aka the GEFs. And this makes up the 3rd pillar of a bachelor's degree. And these are classes that all students are required to take. It's between 31 and 37 credit hours. And these courses, there's a lot of different classes that you can choose from that fall under these General Education Foundation classes, some of which are actually honors classes. But they provide a breadth of knowledge in different areas, right? So I want to actually skip ahead to that so we can see more of a visual of what that could look like. So there are 8 different focus areas. Jeff 1 is composition and rhetoric. So think English 101, English 102. Jeff 2A or 2B, this is a science with a lab or a science without a lab. So maybe biology with the lab, maybe physics with the lab, or it could be astronomy, right? It could be a computer science class that doesn't necessarily have a lab with it, geology, geography, classes like that. Jeff 3 is a math or statistics requirement, depending on what major you eventually choose. And then Jeff 4, 5, 6, and 7 is where I encourage you guys to get really creative when exploring different majors that you're interested in, because what you can do is, let's say maybe you're thinking of majoring in psychology, right? So you want to take Psychology 101 to explore if that would be a good fit for you. But Psychology 101 also counts as a Jeff 4. So not only are you taking psych to explore if that's the major that you may want to do, but you're also taking psych to count for a Jeff 4, right? And then that last one, Jeff 8, is a focus area. It's 3 classes or 9 credit hours where you can just take things out of interest. Some students get very strategic with this focus area where they decide to minor in something, and then those classes that they take for that minor would come up to fill that Jeff 8 there. Okay, some other classes that you will for sure take your fall semester is Honors 191, that's the first year seminar, and Honors 102, which is Introduction to Honors. So first year seminar, that entire seminar is supported out of class. And this class offers support for students transitioning from high school to college, right? So what are some best practices in time management, right? What is the difference between high school classes, exams, expectations, and college exams, lectures, labs, expectations? How can we best help you prepare for lectures and exams, right? That entire first year seminar class kind of lends itself to making the best out of your college experience and how to start off on the right foot. And for us as exploratory students, we tailor this class to also talking about how we can use different campus resources to help us figure out what major and eventual career path we would want to choose. Okay, another pause. So questions so far? Anything we can clarify about Jeffs, about credit hours, about how honors classes fit into the curriculum?
Yeah, for the general credits, are there any classes that like count as like both? Like I saw there was like a global category and then like a social connections, and are there any like, would you have to take 2 separate classes to do the 6 credit hours, or could one class count for both? You know, is that even like?
Yeah, that's a great question. So some may count for both, right? But you would still need to take a class to fulfill each separate Jeff.
Okay. So yeah, so you would have to take 2. It wouldn't count as okay.
Exactly. Yeah. What you're asking, you can do that for honors, right? You can take honors 204. I'm just making up a number. Maybe that honors class counts as a Jeff 5. So you could do that, right? And it would count for that Jeff, and then it would also count for your honors credit. But for your specific question, you would need to take 2 separate classes for those 2 separate Jeffs.
Okay.
Yeah, great question.
So in high school, if we took like college classes like English 101 and English 102, would that like check off the first Jeff, if I remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So if you have AP credit that you're anticipating bringing in, or if you took dual credit, and it transfers in and counts as English 101, like that would fall and count for that particular GEF.
Okay, thank you.
Dr. Watts, you kind of opened an issue there. Could you explain how we handle AP courses versus dual enrollment courses? Because they're not handled the same.
Yes. So let me jump ahead. So Dr. Gooding, I have a slide on that particular topic, so I'll wait and address it when we get to that particular slide, because we definitely need to address that for sure.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and with that, I'll hand things over to Dr. Cornwell. He's going to explain what DegreeWorks is for us.
All right, thanks. So DegreeWorks is actually an interactive degree audit. So if you log into your WVU portal, you'll be able to access your DegreeWorks. And this is really the first thing you'll see once you log in. And there's some general information on here. It lists your major. It will show as undecided or exploratory for the time being. It will show the college that you're in, and that will show as advising and student success, which is my office and unit. And that'll show also your GPA, your earned credit hours. If you have any dual enrollment credits, they would be showing there in the transfer credit area as well. Your academic standing, your advisor, you'll have access to your advisor's information here. And I think if we move along to the next slide, you'll see if you actually click on the hyperlink here that is your advisor's name, it will bring up their email. So if you run into a question when looking at your DegreeWorks audit, which students often do run into questions, that's a great time to send an email and say, hey, I was looking at something, or I'm interested in something. So that's probably one of the quickest ways to get in contact with your advisor. So this shows you the body of what you'll see on your DegreeWorks page that highlights your general educational foundation courses, again, 1 through 8. You can see here that F2, 3, and 4 have been completed. They're the green checkbox, so those are done. The English is in progress. There's one course that's marked IP that lets you know the course is in progress. Once it's completed, it's just another check mark. And then if we look at the middle of the page, we see some outstanding requirements, which is history and diversity. So we need to complete 6 credit hours of those unique coursework to meet those requirements. So again, it's just a unique feature to kind of see what you have left to do, what you need to do, and it really helps you plan out your future. And then this is the lower portion of the DegreeWorks page. This shows your major requirements, or what we call the major block. So this shows every course that is required specifically for, in this example, a biology degree, and what the student has completed up to this point, what they have in progress, and what they'll need to finish. So again, very handy. We can see at the bottom of the page, the statistics requirement is done. Above that, the math requirement is almost done. They're working on completing that. It's in progress. And then their core block of biology coursework above and chemistry, those are still needed and will be completed in the future. So very handy tool to look at your major and explore. So we lead into the perfect example here. So the what if scenario. So we're undecided right now, but maybe biology does sound interesting to you. You can go to that what if feature and select a biology degree, and then it'll calculate what courses you need. It'll do that degree audit and show you, okay, I need chemistry, biology, whatever that may be. So it's a very, very nice tool to explore some different things there. All right, and I think we can look at some class schedules here. Ashley, you want me to look at these, or are you gonna look at these, or?
I'll go ahead. Sorry, I jumped ahead that slide.
That's okay. I was getting excited. I thought, okay, we'll start talking about schedules. I'll turn it back over to Dr. Watts.
All right, thank you so much. So Ken and I prepared a couple example schedules for you all. So let's say that maybe you're thinking of engineering, and a possible fall schedule for you as an honor student could look like what's up on the screen. And again, Anywhere between 14 to 16 credit hours every semester is a sweet spot. 15 to finish. If you want to finish in the stereotypical 4 years, that's what we want to keep in mind here. But this is giving us an example of an honor student who is majoring in one of the majors offered through our engineering college. So this particular student is taking English 103. That fulfills GEF 1. English 103 is an accelerated English class. You must place into it. And if you do place into it based off of your ACT or SAT English scores, that class can count for an honors class for you, right? And it's worth 3 credit hours. So you need it for a GEF 1. You need it because it's required to complete your engineering degree. And then it could also count as an honors class for you. Math 155 is Calc 1, and that's showing us 4 credit hours because with that particular math class, there's a lab associated with it. And you can actually follow along in the undergraduate catalog link. I took a couple classes right from their suggested plan of study. And for the first semester out the gate for them, they also suggest that students complete a GEF 5, right? And that's typically 3 credit hours. And then Chem 115, the lecture for chemistry is 3, and then the 115L, L means lab, is 1 credit hour. So that's 4 total. And then your honors 102 class is 1 credit, and then your honors 191 is 1 credit. So this is a possible schedule you could take if you are interested in engineering, but you're not ready to declare yet, right? So that's one example here. Another one is psychology. So a Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology. We have a total of 15 credit hours for the fall semester. So Psych 101 counts as a GEF 4. It's needed for the psychology major for a total of 3 credit hours. We, as an honors college, offer an honors add-on to Psych 101. It's called Psych 298A, and that's 1 credit hour. So you would be earning 4 total credit hours of honors credit for this. A GEF 5 of foreign language, because psychology offers both a Bachelor of Science and a Bachelor of Arts degree. I'm using the Bachelor of Arts example. Any major that is a Bachelor of Arts, you must take 4 semesters of the same foreign language. If you eventually go into a major that falls under a Bachelor of Science degree, foreign language is not required. You would naturally just take usually more math and more science. So I'm using the Bachelor of Arts example for psychology. That one requires 4 semesters of the same foreign language. So we're going to go ahead and get started on Spanish 101 or French or Chinese or whatever you would like to do to fulfill that. GEF 3, so depending on the major, right, this is the math requirement. For a BA in psychology, it's usually just college algebra is the highest math that you would take. And then you have honors 102 and honors 191. So this could be a potential schedule if you're interested in psychology, but not yet ready to declare. And then lastly, there's a Bachelor of Science example in biology. So we have our biology 115 lecture, the lab, and then we also offer an honors add-on to biology. That's biology 298C for 1 credit hour. So this would add on to that biology 115, and you would have honors credit for that. Math 155 is Calc 1 again, so it's 4 credit hours because there's a lab associated with it. Your chemistry with the lab, that's another 4 credit hours. Honors 102 and honors 191 for a total of 15 credit hours. Now, to bring up the point from Dr. Gooding and to make sure that we mention AP credit and bringing in dual enrollment and things like that, when you meet with Dr. Gooding or myself, bring questions, right? Bring lots and lots of questions. Bring all the things that you're thinking about majoring in. But also let us know if you anticipate bringing in AP credit. Let us know if you anticipate bringing in any credits from a different institution. That will help us figure out what classes would be best for you to begin with in the fall, especially if you're bringing in like a math class or English or something like, or Psych 101 from somewhere else, right? Then we can put you in the next psychology class, okay? So that will all be very helpful. But the thing to note about AP credit is that once your AP credit arrives, and it hits your degree works, right? It's going to be showing there that it has arrived, but it's not going to automatically apply, okay? And that's very important to note. It's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing because it means that you have a choice as to if and when you decide you want that AP credit to actually apply and be a part of your overall transcript, okay? That is different though than college credit that you've taken from a community college or a different institution. Any incoming credit from another college or university will automatically roll in and apply to your transcript, to your degree works page once it's received by the university. However, with your AP credit, you do have a choice to apply it or not. And Dr. Gooding and I can further explain that when we sit down to finalize your fall schedule. But just let us know, right? Let us know if you have AP credit, what the AP credit is likely going to be for. Is it an English class? Is it a math class? And then also let us know if you anticipate any college credits coming in as well. That'll be really, really helpful. And then last thing here, math placement. If you would want to challenge the math class that you placed into off of your SAT, ACT scores, maybe your test optional, there aren't any test scores, all of that's okay. WVU offers a math placement assessment and it's called ALEX. So I encourage you all to take a look at that and see if maybe that's something that you would be interested in taking, just to see what math you would place into. Okay, so more about AP credit. We'll have a lengthy conversation about any credits that you anticipate coming in. We'll decide if we should apply them then, wait. But what is important to note here is that once you decide to apply your AP credit, it's very simple to do. It's just an additional form that you fill out. But once it has been applied, it cannot be removed. Okay, so once it's there, it's there. So I encourage you guys, talk with your parents, talk with any guests regarding your AP credit that may be in question, and then bring those questions to your advising appointment with Dr. Gooding or myself. And lastly, just to note, the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, otherwise known as FERPA. This is kind of like HIPAA, right? In the health world, where your privacy is your privacy, your information is your information. All of your grades, etc., your courses, your plan of study, all of that is private to you. If you want to grant access to your information to other individuals, you can do that through the parent guest portal. Same, you can rescind access to your information to individuals as well. So just wanted to let you all know that that exists. As academic advisors, we do have access to your degree works page, but we are not authorized to give out any information to anyone other than you when it comes to your classes and your grades. Okay, so what questions do you have for us?
So going back to the dual credit stuff, so like when we meet for like have our advisor meeting, that we'll talk about all of that then, right? And like, and if we're taking, like for me, like I'm taking a class like my senior year, so it's not on the transcript that I sent like to WVU. So like, will we just talk about the extra classes then that come in?
Right.
Okay, thank you. Just making sure.
Yes, and Dr. Gooding, I see, thank you. Make sure that you click on this link before you leave the webinar this evening. This links out to all of the classes that will count for those GEFs. So have a couple things in mind that you would be interested in taking possibly for the fall, and bring those ideas to Dr. Gooding and I for our appointment. The new student orientation portal opens May 17th. Right? 17th or 18th? 17th. Okay. So once you complete the portal, you will be able to schedule your advising appointment, but you have to complete that portal first. So after that, you can make an appointment again, either with Dr. Gooding or myself. If you think about it over the next couple weeks and you think you may be ready to declare, that's okay too, right? Ken, myself, Dr. Gooding, we can help you with that process too. So let us know. You can let us know that before, you meet with us for advising. If you're pretty sure you're ready to declare, we can help you with that too.
So why wouldn't you want to apply AP credit like immediately?
Ken, do you want to take that one?
Yeah, so the situation that we run into with AP credit is oftentimes, not oftentimes, but sometimes a student might be bringing in so many AP credits, for example, that may only count towards GEF4. They may not count towards other areas of foundational requirements. And we've seen in examples where they bring in, 20, 30 credit hours that may only count towards one area, and it can complicate financial aid eligibility later on down the road. So not right now, but your advisor is going to say, hey, we love that you've got 30 hours of AP credits towards the GEF5 and the GEF6, but let's only bring in 6 hours so it's not knocking you way off course when you're a junior or senior. Does that make sense? Yeah. And then the other piece with the dual enrollment credit, like you had mentioned, once that transcript's graded and ready, you can go ahead and submit that to our admissions office, and then it'll be in our system, and that'll make advising a little bit less stressful on the day of. And then you'll definitely talk about all that with your advisor as well. Excellent. Thanks, guys.
That was a great explanation. Mine is usually a little bit more wordy than that. So great job, Ken.
I didn't want to overcomplicate anything.
Yeah, that was perfect. All right. Other questions for us?
Does the score that you bring in on the AP credit affect the grade on the transcript?
No, scores don't reflect as a grade per se, but they do establish eligibility for certain coursework. So certain AP scores allow for enrollment into certain classes. And I'll look that up and post it in the chat real quick.
Yeah, Leon, that's a great question. AP credit comes in as credit, right? Like CR, that's how we know that it's shown as completed on your degree works. But Mr. Cornwell is right. If you bring in a AP English, for example, depending on your score that you got, it will let us know what English to start you off with, right? Sometimes that score would make you eligible for English 103, for example, right? Which is that accelerated writing class. So try to find those scores. Okay, yeah.
Put them in there.
Just dropped them in the chat.
Yeah, it just shows you the minimum score needed for enrollment into certain or to receive credit for certain coursework as well.
And I just put my email in the chat as well. So if you guys have any questions that you think of after the webinar, feel free to reach out to me and ask. So we are at the end of our time. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. Dr. Gooding and I look forward to seeing you guys for advising. We hope you enjoy the NSO portal, take in lots of information, and just make sure that you're jotting down questions, right? Come with lots and lots of questions to ask us when we meet over Zoom for advising. And please feel free to reach out if you think of anything that you would want me to help you with before then. All right, take care, everybody. Have a great evening.